Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the hidden stories within corporate filings. Today we are diving into an 8K report from Wellgistics Health Incorporated, and let's just say this one has some interesting tidbits about their public announcement that might just change how they're perceived. Before we dive in, if you are loving these deep dives into corporate secrets, smash that like button and consider subscribing. And hey, we've also got a growing community over on Discord, linked in the description below, where we chat about all things business and finance. Come join the conversation. Alright, let's get straight to it. This report is dated the 17th of December 2025, which is when the company says an event happened. Essentially, this is a notification to the public and the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, that something significant has occurred. The main reason for this filing, according to the document, is to talk about something that happened on the 17th of December 2025. They issued a press release, and a copy of that press release is included with this filing. Now, this part is important. They're telling us that this information is being furnished, not filed. This means they're providing it for us to see. But they're not taking full legal responsibility for it in the same way they would if it were officially filed. It is kind of like saying, this is what we're telling the public, but we're not fully on the hook if it turns out to be wrong later. They also explicitly state this report will not be deemed an admission as to the materiality of any information. Now, pay attention here. The press release itself is packed with what they call forward-looking statements. What does that mean in plain English? It means they're talking about their hopes and plans for the future. They use words like believes, expects, plans, and anticipates. Essentially, they are telling us what they think might happen. The big catch with these statements is that they come with a hefty dose of risk. They mention that actual results could be very different from what they are predicting due to things like uncertainties and other important factors. They even point back to their previous filings for a more detailed discussion of these risks. They are basically saying, we hope to do X, Y, and Z, but lots of things could go wrong, and we take no responsibility for updating you about those future events. Looking at the company's basic information, Wellgistics Health Incorporated has its common stock trading on the Nasdaq Capital Market LLC under the symbol WGRX. This tells us they are a publicly traded company, and their stock is available for anyone to buy and sell. Being a public company means they have to follow stricter rules about what they say and when they say it, which is why this 8K filing is so important. Interestingly, they've checked the box to indicate they are an emerging growth company. This is a designation given to companies that have had less than a certain amount of revenue in their recent fiscal year. It usually means they have more flexibility and less stringent reporting requirements compared to larger, more established companies. They've also elected not to use the extended transition period for new or revised financial accounting standards. This could mean they want to be seen as more current with their financial reporting from the get-go. Now, while they don't want to get into too much detail on the actual content of the press release itself in this 8K filing, the fact that they are issuing a formal disclosure about it under regulation, FD suggests it is something they consider material. Regulation FD stands for Fair Disclosure, and it is designed to prevent companies from selectively sharing important information with insiders or certain investors. When a company makes a public announcement, they have to make sure everyone gets the same information at the same time. The key takeaway here is that we need to look at Exhibit 99.1, the actual press release, to understand the substance of what Wellgistics Health announced. While this 8K filing acts as the official notification and covers the legal aspects, the press release is where the real news is likely buried. This filing sets the stage by telling us they've made an announcement and that it contains future-oriented statements, but it is the press release that will reveal the actual story. And of course, no SEC filing would be complete without the interactive data file formatted in what is called inline XBRL. This is essentially a way to make company financial data more accessible and machine-readable, allowing for easier analysis by investors and regulators. We can thank these digital tags for making our job of decoding these documents a bit smoother. Finally, we see the signatures indicating that top brass like Prashant Patel, President, have reviewed and authorized this filing. It's signed on the 19th of December 2025, just a couple of days after the press release date. So, what is our take on this specific filing? This 8K isn't directly about financial performance. It's more of a procedural document. Essentially saying, we made an announcement, and here is the legal disclaimer about it. The real meat of the story will be in that press release, Exhibit 99.1. The company is highlighting that their announcement is full of future projections, and they're doing their best to shield themselves from liability. If those projections don't pan out, they are clearly an emerging company. trying to navigate the public markets. The disclaimer about not being deemed an admission of materiality is also a classic move to control the narrative. The big risk here, as with any company relying heavily on forward-looking statements, is whether they can actually deliver on their promises if the press release outlines ambitious growth plans or new product launches. Investors will be watching very closely to see if Wellgistics Health Inc. can turn those hopes into reality. The fact that they have common stock trading as WGRX on the Nasdaq means there is public interest, and that interest will be tested by their future performance. In conclusion, this 8K filing is less about what has happened financially and more about how the company is communicating its future intentions and managing expectations. The success of Wellgistics Health will hinge on its ability to execute on those forward-looking statements, and whether the market believes in their vision. We'll be keeping an eye on future filings to see if those ambitious plans materialize. Alright? That is our breakdown of this Wellgistics Health filing. What is your take on this type of disclosure and what we can infer from it about the company's strategy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and of course subscribe for more corporate decoding, and don't forget to join the conversation in our Discord community. Linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.